Day trip to Ait Benhaddou and Ouarzazate, a journey through stone and story. By Alice Phillips. Early morning, departure from Marrakech. The sun hadn't yet stretched over Marrakech when I was picked up from my riad. The city, usually buzzing, was still rubbing the sleep from its eyes. I had my coffee in hand, my camera slung across my shoulder, and a hum of excitement in my chest. This was the day I'd cross the high Atlas Mountains, following the ancient caravan routes to a place that looked like it had tumbled out of a storybook. Ait Benhaddou, through the high Atlas and Tizi Pass. As we drove deeper into the Atlas Mountains, the landscape shifted dramatically, from red earth plains to steep valleys painted in olive green and dusty ochre. The Tizi Pass was the star of this stretch. At over 2,200 meters, it winds like a ribbon through peaks and ridges, and every turn offered a new gasp-worthy view. I leaned into the window like a kid, mesmerized. Tiny Berber villages clung to the slopes as if sewn into the rock. Life here felt impossibly resilient. The air was crisp. Even with the engine's hum, a kind of serene quiet filled the van. I remember passing shepherds wrapped in woven cloaks, guiding goats along mountain paths. No filter in the world could do justice to these colors. Burnt sienna, piercing blue sky, and scattered snowcaps clinging stubbornly to the peaks. Ouarzazate, the Moroccan Hollywood. We reached Ouarzazate just before noon. The city is often nicknamed the Hollywood of Morocco. And as soon as I stepped out, I got why. Everything here feels larger than life. Massive Kasbahs, wide dusty streets, and a golden light that makes you feel like you stepped onto a movie set. Quite literally, in fact. Films like Gladiator and Game of Thrones have been shot here. We visited the legendary Tahrir Kasbah. It's one of those places where your footsteps echo with history. Built with sun-dried mud bricks and decorated with intricate Berber motifs, the Kasbah felt ancient, secretive, and oddly poetic. I wandered through its dim corridors and peered out over terraces that once watched over caravans arriving from the desert. Lunch, somewhere between sand and stone, was at a local restaurant in Ouarzazate, and it hit the spot. Tagine, simmering with apricots and lamb, served with fresh bread and sweet mint tea. I sat by a window, watching the ochre hills shift under the changing light. It was one of those still moments that stays with you longer than any postcard ever could. Ait Benhaddou, a living UNESCO canvas. Finally, the crown jewel, Ait Benhaddou. From the moment I saw it rising from the riverbank, I was breathless. The whole Ksar, with its sand castle-like towers, looked unreal. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but more than that. It's a living village. Some families still live inside the fortified walls. Crossing the shallow Aunila River, stepping on sandbags used as a makeshift bridge, I felt like a time traveler. The climb to the top of the hill was steep, but I hardly noticed. I was too busy soaking it all in. Each level revealed narrow alleys, mud brick archways, and rooftops where children played and cats napped lazily. From the summit, the view was otherworldly. Palms, desert, and mountains all in one panoramic sweep. The guide explained the architectural techniques, the symbolism behind the structures, and the site's historical importance along the trans-Saharan trade route. But honestly, what hit me hardest was the silence, the kind that makes you feel small in the best possible way. Return to Marrakech, sunset reflections. As we drove back through the mountains, the sun began to set, casting golden light across the peaks. The sky turned lavender, then indigo. I played back the day's memories in my head, like favorite scenes from a film. My camera was full, my feet ached, and I was glowing inside. Summary of the day. Climbing to the top of Ait Benhaddou at golden hour, with the wind in my hair and 1,000 years of history beneath my feet.